As an apology to Gale. Gale. God! Gale, I'm sorry for how I treated you. I blame Tio, that cop that tricked Badger, and Gustavo for making me suspicious of the quiet ones. A toast to wherever you are. To water on Mars. This is the worst coffee I've ever tasted. See, in my opinion, it's all about the quinic acid level. Hello everyone and welcome back. Cameron Love, aspiring actor here. And we're about to start season 4 now, episode 1, 2, and 3. What are my predictions for season 4? I want to know more about Walter's past. We've only gotten like hints and sprinklings of, you know, Walter, who he was when he was a young grad student, and how he became Mr. White that we know today. He seemed like he had like, you know, he was very driven when he was younger. Like he seemed like he knew what he wanted. He wanted to be a scientist, a great scientist, you know, just he was an overachiever when he was studying. But then, you know, at some point in his life, he just settled for things. So if I could set up Walter's like timeline chronologically, from what we know so far, is that Walter was a grad student with Elliot and Gretchen. He was seeing Gretchen. I don't know if it was like a secret, like, fling. If Elliot and Gretchen were a thing back then and she was, you know, seeing Walter in secret. Or, like, I don't know. But he was seeing Gretchen at some point. And he was doing his master's with Elliot. They made a breakthrough. They contributed to a Nobel Prize in crystallography. Walter and Gretchen had a 4th of July weekend getaway at her cottage with her brothers and her father. They got to talking with Walter at some point, and Walter just dipped. Just, you know, said, I'm done. I'm done with you guys. Just abandoned Elliot and Gretchen, according to them. So we still don't know what happened. Walter may have breathed in something that could have contributed to his cancer. Like Skylar mentioned that he wasn't given proper masks or equipment. He met Skylar at some point. She was working in a diner, and he was ordering grilled cheese and doing crossword puzzles. And, you know, they made eye contact. Touching story. And fast forward, Skylar's pregnant. They're married. They're about to buy their first house together, a starter home. Walter's working at this place called Sandy Laboratories. He seems like he's making, like, decent money. He wanted to, like, skip this house because it was a starter house and, like, go straight to, like, 5 bedrooms. And, you know, he wanted a big family. And, like, you know, this guy, he was still driven at that point. The guy looked like friggin' David Hasselhoff. Leather jacket and all. And after that, there's a gap. There's a missing link. He becomes a chemistry teacher. He's in, like, severe depression mode. He can't afford where he is right now in life. He's got to work 2 jobs. Works at the car wash and a high school teacher. He hates those kids. Like, he marks them really hard. Or he's embarrassed talking about where he is right now, because all of his colleagues have shot past him in the science community, making major breakthroughs, and he's embarrassed saying that he's a high school teacher. Holly comes around, or, you know, by accident, and he can't afford another kid, so, like, there's a missing link. If Walter was making decent money back then, and was, like, happy, you know? He had that glow about him. Full of dreams. And we see him in episode 1, and he's just like, he's just so depressed. You know, he's wasting his talents. Hank said that, yeah, he's in a dead-end life. But he was so driven back then. Like, there's that moment where things just took a turn for the worst. So I hope at some point we explore that this season. Walter has Gustavo, like, between a rock and a hard place. Walter is in total control right now. Gustavo has to do what Walter says. He can't afford to skip a week. There might be like a breaking point with Gustavo. He'll be like, I don't care. I want you dead. I'll get Mike to do it. Or Victor. You know, if Walter gets a little bit too, you know, overzealous, a little too arrogant about his power. Just insult to injury, he'll get Jesse to cook with him. And Gustavo can't do anything because he needs Walter and his product, or else everybody's screwed. Everybody's probably going to be super passive-aggressive with Walter. Yeah, I think Gustavo will get desperate at some point. The cartel is closing in on him, like they're probing for weaknesses right now. They didn't even send their A players when Mike took them out. It's like, well, who else do they have in reserve? But yeah, everything was coming up Gustavo when he took out Juan. You know, he had that smirk on his face, but now it's just like he's sweating now. I don't think they respect each other anymore. Personally, I think he did order the murder of that child. Are you suggesting I ordered the murder of a child? It's like, well, out of all of us standing here in the desert right now, you're the most likely candidate. Mike. Is it just me, or does Mike have, like, the best theme songs whenever he goes to work? Funny how words can be open to interpretation. That's what Mike said when, you know, Walter went full measures on those guys, those dealers that were about to attack Jesse. Yeah, it's a funny world that we live in, Mike. You know, he told Walter a story about when he was a beater cop. This guy that they would always arrest for, like, domestic abuse. You know, he took him to the desert one time and he was going to kill him. He was going to kill him. And then, you know, he let the guy go. Gave him half measures. He just wanted to scare the guy. He didn't pull the trigger. And because of that, like, the wife that the guy had was killed. And so Mike, you know, he makes it a point to, you know, never go half measures ever again. He meant it as a threat, but it turned into a valuable lesson for Walter. And Walter went full measures on those guys. I was expecting this whole Tomas situation to pull at Mike's heartstrings, because he seems like he has a soft spot for, like, family and kids. And when Gustavo said no more children, looks like Gustavo's no more children order to those two dealers got misinterpreted, right, Mike? Funny how that happens. And when Gustavo was accused of ordering the murder of a child, like, are you suggesting that I ordered the murder of a child? Walter said, well, maybe Pinkman thought that you gave the order. And there was a shot of Mike. Like, he was looking at Walter. They're not spending this time focusing on Mike on that particular line for no reason. Like, they're putting a lot of emphasis on Mike and his family. They're showing that he's a grandfather. You know, he's got a daughter of his own. I'm assuming that's his daughter. And, you know, he seems like a loving, like, grandfather. I think he has a soft spot for kids and family, and you know, I want to know what he thinks about this. What if Gustavo actually did, like, order the, you know, murder of Tomas, like, legit, not like vaguely implying no more kids. I didn't mean kill the kid. I meant take care of the Tomas situation. He has become a nuisance. It's time to call an exterminator. Gustavo could have said anything and they would have taken it as, okay, kill the kid. If he finds out that Gustavo actually gave the order to do this, like, how can he work for this guy? Why does he work for Gustavo? Like, he seems like a decent, like, human being. He knows, like, he's got a good, like, moral center, I think. So I hope we explore, you know, Mike's history with Gustavo as well. Mike, don't touch Saul. Walter might be off limits, but yeah, he was tricked. But, like, I think he's cool with it. I think Mike's cool with being tricked. And this, like, happening. You know, maybe Mike doesn't totally approve of everything that Gustavo does. How far ahead does Saul, like, plan things out? Like, this guy might be a goof, but, like, he's really good at, like, he's got a contingency plan for everything. Jesse Pinkman. He finally did it. I thought he was going to go through this entire series just, you know, not killing anyone. With Emilio, like, Emilio was already dead. He shot Tuco, and, like, he was already a wreck after that. And then Walter protected him from killing those two guys. Like, he was actually going to go through with it, and to save Walter's life, like, he had to take out Gale. How's this going to affect Jesse? Walter saved Pinkman's life so many times, and Pinkman finally returned the favor. But at what cost? He might be a wreck now. He might have his own PTSD issues. He's already kind of had an issue with death, you know, with Emilio and Crazy 8, like, he was trying his product, trying to numb the pain. Jane dying, like, shooting up heroin. So I'm still going back to, like, when Pinkman was in the hospital and he was, you know, pleading to Walter, like, I have nothing. No one. Everything in my life is gone because of you. But Walter's the only person that he has now. But if Walter died, like Jesse, I don't know what he would be trying. You know, he probably would have been dead within a week too with all the money that he had. Walter told him that he's not a murderer. He told him to save his life. I love their relationship. Those guys are great. I didn't know a dynamic duo like this existed. Maybe Pinkman will buy the laser tag. He's got to launder his money somehow. Walter's the only person that he trusts. If Walter tells him to, like, launder his money, like, Pinkman's gonna launder his money. Skylar, and Ted. I always, like, group those two together. It's complicated with Ted right now, but she's still married to Walter. She didn't put in the divorce papers, and now she's, like, in cahoots with Walter, trying to buy this car wash and laundering his money. So is Walter going to buy the car wash and then tell the dude with the eyebrows to wipe down this? And then what? Who's going to run this car wash? And Skylar's going to be the bookkeeper at this car wash? Like, Ted's going to go snooping. I'm sure Ted finds it incredibly weird that Skylar, you know, they were seeing each other, and then within the span of, like, a week or 2 weeks, like, she goes back to Walter, and now they're planning on opening a car wash together. Like, where did all their money come from all of a sudden? You took this second job at Ted's work to, you know, pay for Walter and his treatment. And now you have all the money and you're buying a car wash? Like, where did this come from all of a sudden? Yeah, so I see Ted being a problem later on. Speaking of car washes and cars, you know, maybe Gretchen will appear, like, at this car wash again like she did in episode 1. And see Walter and Skylar just, like, running it. I bet they're going to go to, like, a super rich, like, party, and you know, they'll see Skylar and Walter there, and they'll be like, Skylar, Walter, how did you know about this place? You know, it's only for, like, the elites. People at this party will be, like, listing off their achievements, like, oh, we split the atom, we designed heat-proof shields on the space shuttle, and then Walter will say, I run a car wash. They're putting a lot of emphasis on this driving test. That's the only thing that Walter Jr. has going for him in this series at the moment. At first, Walter was concerned about having 2 feet on both the accelerator and the brake. But, you know, Walter, now he's like, well, as long as it gets you from A to B safely. Like, this is making me nervous. This is the second time they talked about, like, Walter Jr. and his problem with his, you know, feet on both the accelerator and the brake. Like, you know, Walter Jr. said that, oh, is it cool if I use your car for the driving test? And Walter's like, yeah, it's fine. How about you do more practicing to get used to it? Because, he still had trouble. I don't want the kid to crash or, like, speed up when he should be slowing down. And if he uses Walter's car for the test, like, I don't want people to, you know, target the car when Walter Jr.'s driving. Like, my mind is, like, running wild right now. He's just so unaware of everything that's going on with his parents. This could go nowhere, and I'm just overthinking things. But just be careful, man. Hank and Marie. It's cool that Hank can, you know, he has his upper body strength back, but, like, he still can't walk. I don't think he's gonna walk again. Marie, like, they have to hire a nurse. She can't work at her job and take care of Hank. Like, he's gonna be in bed for 8 hours. I don't know. I just don't want Marie to be too overbearing with Hank. She's like really controlling right now. Still never found out about this whole kleptomania, like, subplot in the first, like, season. Like, did they just drop that or something? Like, there's no reason why she did it. She just did it. Yeah, I just don't want her to be too overbearing with Hank. Like, this guy is, like, frustrated as it is. Still super prideful, but I think he might be able to get to sleep at night again. I don't know. Super frustrated that he couldn't walk out of the hospital. He was pissed when, you know, Marie got the groundhog to see his shadow, and he lost that bet in 1 minute. Christ. Bet everything takes 1 minute with this guy. I hope Gale's okay. Maybe Pinkman missed. Maybe he missed and quickly told Gale to just get out of here. I never want to see your face again. Oh, this is before. Damn it. I thought it was okay.
It's a flurry of deliveries. Feels like Christmas morning.
So innocent.
Ah, it's exciting.
God.
It's really coming together.
It's a weird shot.
By the way, that sample you asked me to run, I ran it, and it is quite good.
Thank you very much, Gale. You can give that to Victor to discard.
Sure. Is that our competition?
I'm sorry?
It really is quite good. The purity, of course, I'm speaking of. Speaking strictly in chemical terms. And I can't, as of yet, account for the blue color.
After all, how pure can pure be?
Even before he was trying to find the formula.
Mr. Fring, I can guarantee you a purity of 96%. I'm proud of that figure. It's a hard-earned figure, 96. However, this other product is 99. Maybe even a touch beyond that. That last 3%, it may not sound like a lot, but it is. It's tremendous. It's a tremendous gulf.
Gale, for our purposes, 96% will do just fine.
It's more or less the same.
I don't consider him a professional.
If he's not, I don't know what that makes me. I'm not trying to talk myself out of a
With
job.
this person, there are other considerations.
His is the best I've ever seen.
Gale, you spoke for Walter. There should be a Gale spin-off series. Jesus Christ! Jeez. You can't do anything to him. Mikey's pissed. Walter's just a mouse.
The hell happened? He's gone? Look at me. Gone. You sure?
Gone.
You did it, Walter.
Splattered all over.
Oh, Jesus. All right, you do a sweep?
Couldn't. People there.
People. He get himself seen by these people? What about you? What about you?
Yeah. So what? Just another looky-loo.
You guys made Victor sweat.
Sorry. It's okay.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
Jesus!
Big time, as always. Yeah, they seem to be getting bigger instead of smaller. Not really sure what that's all about. Please, for God's sake, tell me if this is getting to be too much for you guys.
Absolutely not, okay? It's absolutely fine.
His car's parked in the driveway. It's not a state secret.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, I'm not pressing. I think that it's great. That's all. All right. Okay. Oh, hey. A big howdy do to Mr. I'm Not Here.
She's just moving the car. Don't move, Walter.
All right, look. So, I make it 10 to 9, which means...
Shut up.
Which means we need to start a cook in the next 10 minutes to keep to our schedule. Gus's schedule. As angry as he may be, I don't believe he's willing to forfeit an entire batch. That just might make him angrier. Come on, Mike. Let us cook.
Yeah, Mike.
Isn't that what this whole thing is about?
Yo, what are you doing? Are you gonna start cooking, Victor? Like I saw you that one time, I can do it. Just flip this, you turn that, you just, I don't know, you tap on this, you bang that. He might actually know what he's doing. Dude, you're wasting it. What are you doing? Gus wants... I mean, he said that he didn't care. 96...
Genius. Watch me. We ain't missing no cook.
Gus is gonna be furious. It's like throwing... It's just as good as throwing out a batch.
He's nowhere to be found. I called his condo. I called every number I have for him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
You're sure? As in, you know where he is?
Well, not the man's keeper, but Walt's a big boy. He'll turn up.
Mr. Goodman, clearly something is going on here. I mean, why would he leave his car in my driveway?
People carpool to work, right? It's good for the environment.
He carpools. He carpools to his job at a meth lab.
Hey, whoa! Oh, you're breaking up there. I didn't quite catch that last. Whew.
Yeah, Albuquerque. I'm in Nob Hill. I need the number for a locksmith. I don't know. Pick one. Be sure there's nothing.
No, it's not even me. It's state law, really. Are you sure there isn't some sort of, I don't know,
No, nothing.
Look, maybe a car registration. That would have your address.
No, but I can't even get in my car. My car keys were on the same ring. And, my God, my credit cards, it's all right, sweetheart, my driver's license, my check, but I have to start canceling all that. My whole life was in that purse, and he just came and he cut it right off my shoulder.
Just hold the baby out in front of her. You know, this has happened once before when she was pregnant, and in that Jewel office, when Marie stole that tiara.
Oh, God.
So she got out of that.
Sir, again, thank you so much. Really.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not there. Maybe she'll find that teddy bear eye somewhere. Oh my God, she actually did! Oh my God! I was joking! Ah! That's gonna show up again. Almost had a heart attack. Healing crystals? Spiritual healing. I see.
So, tell me all about it. I heard you broke new ground today.
I broke new ground.
That's what he said.
I wiggled my big toe.
I walked 16 feet in 20 minutes, which is up from like 15 and a half yesterday. And I had maybe this much less shit in my pants. So yeah, Marie, if you and him and everybody else in America secretly took a vote and changed the meaning of the entire English language, yeah, I guess I broke new ground. I'm bidding on a new mineral.
It's a nice one. It has those pretty little crystals. I like that.
Oh my god. It's just such a bad state that he's in. The coffee maker. Gale! Victor, just stop, man. You're wasting...
I bet he forgets the aluminum. Guaranteed. Guaranteed he forgets.
Walter's just chill. Pinkman, he's not even saying anything.
Oh, you don't know what the hell you're doing, do you? You forgot the aluminum. One of the first steps in the... Son of a bitch. Let's talk about Gale Benecker. He was a good man and a good chemist, and I cared about him.
Me too.
But I'd shoot him again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. When you make it Gale versus me or Gale versus Jesse, Gale loses. Simple as that. What did you expect me to do? Just simply roll over and allow you to murder us? That I wouldn't take measures, extreme measures, to defend myself. Wrong! Think again. You know, whatever it is you're planning there, whatever it is, the point that you're trying to make here, let me suggest that you keep one thing in mind. Without us, without Jesse and myself, you have no one to make your product. Certainly not him. This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Been watching him for weeks. Know every step to his cook.
Oh! Do you really? You... Really?
I think Mike is protecting them.
I mean, it's 1 phenyl, 1 hydroxy, 2 methylamino-propane, containing, of course, chiral centers at carbons number 1 and 2 on the propane chain. Then reduction to methamphetamine eliminates... Which chiral center is it again? Because I forgot. Come on.
It's
Help
his
me out,
formula.
Professor! Gus, we're here. Come on.
He's so prideful.
Let us work.
All his bullshit aside, it's called a cook. Because everything comes down to following a recipe. Simple, complicated, it doesn't matter. Steps never change. And I know every step.
Oh, is that what you want? This short order cook?
You're not flipping hamburgers here, pal. What happens when you get a bad barrel of precursor?
How would you even know it? And what happens in the summer when the humidity rises and your product goes cloudy?
I knew it. Oh my god.
All you'll have left is an $8 million hole in the ground. This lab. This equipment is useless without us, without Jesse and myself. You have
watch
no
your fingers,
product.
man.
You have no income.
Or watch
your people up there
your
will
ears.
not be paid. Your distribution chain collapses. Without us, you have nothing. You kill me, you have nothing. You kill Jesse, you don't have me. too smart. You can't afford to do this.
He's a psycho.
Please. Let us just go back to work.
God, there's a huge... This guy has to go. Jesus. Yeah, I think he ordered the murder of a child. They didn't show that in the beginning for nothing. Mike? What are you thinking, man? Jesse's not affected by it at all, but Walter's just...
Well? Get back to work.
Let me just lay this down. Put it in. Grab his shoe. Oh, here, wait. Just lift him up. There. All right.
Yo, this is dark comedy right here. Feel free to help.
Get out.
Here, you know what you're doing. Is it, what was that plastic called again? Polyethylene, or?
I never use this stuff. Are you sure it'll do the job? Trust us.
Check the bottom. Does it have that marking? Oh my God. God. Pinkman's just... he's fine.
You did the only thing that you could. I hope you understand that. Our next move, given the fact that at the first opportunity, Gus will kill us.
Well, that wasn't an opportunity just now. Seemed like a pretty damn good opportunity to me. Golden, I would say.
We bought ourselves some time.
He's still got the sticker on his shirt.
The question is how much. You'll be looking for another chemist.
It's not gonna find another chemist. Where is he gonna find another chemist?
Elliot. I mean, they got the same skills, right?
Sure. At least now we all understand each other. Right?
What do you mean?
I mean, him and us. We get it. We're all on the same page.
What page is that?
The one that says, if I can't kill you, you'll sure as shit wish you were dead.
It's parked over in Amsden. Junior was about to get up, and he would have seen it, so I wanted to avoid a lot of questions.
Smart.
Kenny Rogers.
It's gonna be a long, lonely walk, Walter. Oh my God, no. Gale. Mike, man, what are you thinking? How can he work for this guy? He's that upset about his trusted employees, like, potentially getting harmed by Jesse, you know, those two dealer guys. He just flat out kills his most trusted, like, right-hand man. I'm like, is he gonna try cooking himself? When he put on all that gear, but like, I knew there was something up with that, like, box cutter. Mike's just in shock. Walter's about to throw up. He's never seen somebody just brutally murdered in front of him. Pinkman, he gets it. He understands the situation that they're in. I think Mike's gonna help. He has to. No, this whole thing is gonna come crumbling down. Oh man, the police are just gonna be on Gustavo. Gale. Why do you have to be so thorough, man? Well, maybe you're a hero, actually. You're the unsung hero of the story. They pulled an Emilio on Victor. That arrogant pride of Walter's showed its ugly face again. It's funny. You forgot the aluminum. That's like the first step. Can you believe this guy? What a moron. You know, he's flexing his strongest muscle, his mind. He's just a mouse surrounded by, like, freaking lions. Gustavo might find another chemist. Who's just as good as Walter? Elliot. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they will come back. I'm like talking about this whole Elliot and Gretchen like subplot, and you know I haven't seen them. I'm like, did they drop this at some point? And I'm just like saying this for nothing. But now I actually do feel like Elliot might come back. You know, Gustavo, he's already done like a thorough like job at researching Walter. Like he does that with all of like his new like people that he deals with. But you know, Elliot, you know, he worked on the Nobel Prize. He's an expert in crystallography, I'm assuming. You know, like... But Elliot's rich. He's not going to agree to it unless he gets blackmailed somehow. I don't know. Hank, don't become a hoarder, man. Like, you're either buying minerals for, you know, spiritual healing, or you're just doing it because you want minerals. This is new. We'll see where this goes. Marie's putting up a front, like she's being overly cheerful. You know, right before she went into the house, she's just like, she was just not sure of herself. Skylar finding that eye. Why do you keep torturing me? It's going to show up again. It's got to be like a good luck charm or something for Walter. Or no, maybe it's Walter holding on to his guilt. Maybe when he tells Jesse about Jane and, you know, the whole circumstances around the plane crash and, like, how that all started, like, maybe that's when Walter will throw out that eye. Stop it, that's psycho. When he had that, I'm like, cover your fingers, man. He's gonna take something from you. He could. But no, when he walked to Victor, I'm like, okay, But like, Jesus, I didn't think they would show it front on and so like graphic. You know, Gustavo didn't have to kill Victor. I don't think he killed him because of Victor. Yeah, okay. He wasted material, $8 million batch. He goofed on the, appearing at the crime scene and then leaving and not like, cleaning up. But like, he had to kill Victor to send Walter a message. Like, Gustavo didn't even talk for that whole segment. So like, so good. Let his actions speak louder than words, and Walter shook. Gustavo took that control away from Walter through fear. It's the only thing that he could do to like keep Walter like cooking. And Walter, like, you need to remember that you're in control. Like, but like Gustavo showed that, he's a psycho. Yes, maybe Walter will lose like a finger or an ear or something to Gustavo. Do something to, just keep him alive long enough so that he can just keep cooking. Just Walter trying to agitate Gustavo, just like constantly, like, poking him. You can't do this without me. You can't do this without Jesse. Like, I need him. You need us. Frickin' Gustavo, he's just like, he's not giving any tell. And Walter's still panicking, just like the psychological warfare going on right now. Go back. Let me just see that one more time. That whole sequence, he doesn't say a word. And then at the end, get back to work. He was on screen for 10 minutes, didn't say a single word. And his face isn't even moving. Jesse looks like he's ready to, like, pounce. Like, man, this is intense. He had all the control and Gustavo just took it away from him. Oh, and the box cutter.
Basically, any lawman worth his salt's can spot that, yeah. Assuming that's a deal breaker?
Yes, it's a deal breaker.
Oh, he's got a gun now.
Sure it's on the correct side?
If you're right-handed, it is.
I don't know. Are you sure? Good. Maybe it'll feel better on the left side.
General rule, you don't want to cross-draw. Not unless you're going to be sitting. Store clerks, card gamers and such. Either way, you're going to want to practice your draw. A lot.
Mike. Is this what you sign up for? You seem like you've seen it all. But this is a whole new level. Melting bodies. Slicing people's necks with box cutters. Pickman's fine. He knows what needs to be done. Okay, Jesse, you don't need to put everything in your house in just the living room.
Hey man, I saw Andrea at a meeting yesterday. She asked about you.
No, he's probably on step 8.
12 steps and all that. Seriously?
Maybe just a little bump.
Badger.
Jeez!
That was awesome.
When you cap him in the head, it's like,
Did that just happen?
Yeah, man. It's quiet.
you know what this place needs?
Of course, parties. Watch out for the IRS, man! Holy crap. What if you're not sitting? Hank. Is he a hoarder now? His room's probably just covered in rocks.
Can you sleep?
Actually, yes, Marie, this is me sleeping.
Looks like you're looking at a rock at 2:24 in the morning.
This is not a rock. This is a mineral for like the 10th time.
I'm just asking if maybe
You know, last I counted, Marie, there are 4 bedrooms in this house. You know, I mean, if I'm keeping you awake and all.
Well, could you call me back, please? Hank's bills are really starting to pile up here, and in the meantime, I haven't received a check from you in quite a while, so there's that. Second order of business is the car wash.
Oh, yeah.
To take the next step here. We need to look into buying this car wash while we still have.
Skylar, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
I could so use a brain transplant right now.
Yeah, I'm going to work.
I got bitch. Damn. Oh, you're way too sensitive about your zone, bro. Oh, come on, man. Clean up time.
Right on. Least we can do.
Hey, the hell with cleaning up. Let's go out and get everybody some breakfast, stock up on liquor while you're at it. Keep this party going. I mean it, yo.
Take a seat, Walter.
Hello? Yo, you the new guy?
Yeah. You got something for me?
My name is also Victor.
201.6.
What's the count?
201.6.
Give it a second wave, if you would, please.
New policy.
What?
Walter, you're never gonna see him again.
So he can be like the boogeyman, you know? Like Gestapo left that message for Walter just to like instill that fear. And Walter's always going to have that with him if he never sees Gus again. He's always going to be looking over his shoulder.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at you! Way to go, honey!
Oh, come on. Come on, Hank. Keep it going. Oh, just 10 more steps. All right, buddy. That's what I call kicking some ass.
Oh, that was awesome, babe!
Hell yeah. Very nice.
Yeah! Hey!
Come on.
It's so great to see that. It's just, yeah.
One day at a time. All we can do.
I know. It's just, you've got a real way with him. It's... You want to go full time? We've got a spare bedroom.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I wasn't joking.
I was thinking about cooking tonight. So
All right. Get out.
How's Brock?
Good. He's, Brock, honey, wait in the car, okay? Let the grown-ups speak.
Go on, little man. We'll catch up later.
You kind of dipped on her.
Guess you know I've been calling.
Yeah. Really busy at work.
Jesse, I'm not here to make you come up with excuses. You got other things going on. I get it. There's just one thing you and me gotta talk about. That's this. After Tomas was murdered, 2 dudes from the block, couple bangers he used to hang with, get run over. One of them shot in the head. Same night, I get this in my mailbox. This was you? What exactly am I supposed to do with this?
Use it to get you and Brock out of that shithole of a neighborhood. Or you can go out and spin it on glass and I'd have no way of stopping you. But I gotta believe you won't do that.
Oh, right. Right. He knows where Gustavo lives. Walter, he's gonna have, like, security. Or Heisenberg. He's gotta have security. Mike's probably watching the house. Also, you're going through the front door. You're being watched, man.
Go home, Walter.
Ton of bricks?
Minerals.
Rocks.
No, they're minerals. You don't even know.
Did you check them for damage?
They're rocks, Hank.
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie, I got some geodes coming that are very delicate, all right?
You want to buy my car wash?
I do. And I am prepared to talk numbers right now, if you'd like.
You think this is an easy job? You are willing to get down on your hands and knees and scrub like a housemaid? With all the chemicals eating into your nice skin and stinging in your eyes?
I know a thing or two about scrubbing. Any other advice for me? Because I am serious about this.
Good. I am serious too.
I seriously hate your husband.
$10 million.
Well, let's try 879,000.
Where do you come up with this number? You pull it from your behind?
You average 19 cars per hour. Extrapolating, I added the extra revenues for hand waxes and detailing, subtracted your overhead and salary, maintenance, operating fees, depreciation, which I obtained from comparable businesses in the Albuquerque area, giving me an estimate of your annual cash flow here. To which I applied the industry standard multiplier and added the market value of your real estate, giving me a total estimated value of $829,000. On top of which, I generously added an extra $50,000. So as not to be insulting.
How about 5 million?
$20 million. This is the price for Walter White. You don't think I know who you are? I remember.
Well, I have not pretended to be
Your husband. He quit without giving me notice. He broke my air fresheners. He cursed at me and grabbed himself. And now he wants to buy my car wash. But he's not man enough to come in here and face me himself. Instead, he sends his woman.
Excuse me?
Walter White wants to buy my car wash. The price he pays is $20 million. Now, please leave.
You deserve justice. So if you want to tip the scales back in your favor...
I'm gonna go back and read that fine print at the bottom. Walter, how did you find Mike?
You might want to learn how to tail better if you're planning on making a habit of it.
Can I buy you a drink?
Can't throw one over old Mike.
I didn't want any of this to happen. Makes a man wonder exactly where he stands. I mean, I cannot be alone in feeling this way. Not after what happened to Victor.
So, what's with the piece? Right hip inside your waistband? I noticed it the other day at the lab. You wear it if it makes you feel better, but if push comes to shove, it's not going to help.
Mike, do I have to come right out and say this? You and I, we're in the same boat.
Drink your drink.
If it happened to Victor, it could happen to you. And what the hell was that anyway? A message? He cuts a man's throat just to send a message.
You won, Walter. You got the job. Do yourself a favor and learn to take yes for an answer.
Yeah, I got the job. But for how long? Get me in a room with him. Mike, just get me in a room, and I'll do the rest.
You done?
Yeah.
Jesus!
Thanks for the drink.
I was thinking like next week.
Yeah, sure, man. Next week. We cool? We are cool.
Where do you stand, Mike? Walter's probably gonna find himself in a situation where he's not sitting. And he can't draw properly or something. Just don't fumble, Walter. When it comes down to it. But Gus is not gonna be in a room by himself. Maybe Walter will wait at, one of Gus's franchises or something. He still has to make appearances. He hides in plain sight, right? You'll never see Gus again. Gus needed to leave that message for everyone in that room, including Mike, just to instill that fear, control everyone. Yes, this could happen to you as well. But I think Mike knows if it's about to happen, if he's in a situation where, going at someplace on Gustavo's orders with, backup, just a little more manpower than is needed for, a job. He has to switch sides. No, he's one of he's part of the Scooby gang. Maybe there will be, a repeat of, when Mike told that story about that guy who was beating his wife, and then, he had him in the back of the car, and instead of going left, because he was by himself, he went right. Maybe he'll do that to Gustavo. Maybe it'll be Mike that'll take out Gustavo at some point. Never make the same mistake twice. Going full measures. Is he blackmailed into helping him? Like, they're not showing his granddaughter for nothing. They have to do something with his granddaughter. Like, he's a nice guy at heart, but he's conflicted now. Just get Walter into a room with Gus, and he'll do the rest. There's no way Gus is going to be by himself with Walter. Like, he knows. Especially now that Walter was caught walking into the front door. Everybody sneaks in through the back. What they won't expect is just walking in and knocking on the front door. Brilliant move, Heisenberg. That hat. It gives Walter courage. And he becomes Heisenberg. I still think that Walter is like, he's got a little bit of a personality disorder. Jesse, he's not fine. He's still not over Gale's shooting Gale. Tomas dying. Victor getting sliced in front of him. He's putting his head right next to the subwoofer. Just like trying to drown out maybe the sounds of, the screams or like voices. He probably hasn't even slept properly in like 3 days, so like he's afraid to go to sleep. Skylar, maybe she'll use her acting chops. She was able to, break into Walter's house, but like, this guy hates Walter. I mean, he was never told about Walter's cancer. Walter just kind of dipped. So he doesn't know. $20 million. She's gonna find something. She's gonna find something on this guy. Maybe blackmail him into giving up the car wash. Maybe she'll call Saul. Maybe they'll be besties. The new dynamic duo. She's not giving up on this car wash. Okay, how rich is Walter exactly? Like, his money is getting, like, pulled every which way. Some for, Hank and Marie, and then Skylar to, purchase the car wash, and then... Is Walter still getting paid $15 million? Hank, man... Yeah, he seems to be turning to order. I thought it was like healing crystals. And Marie, buying them, but no, he's just obsessed with these things. Does Hank feel like he should have, like, died? Or something? Was it better to die a hero than to live on in, a broken body? Sweet Marie. She's trying so hard. Just give her a high five, man. I wonder what their sleep numbers are. Yeah, both Hank and Pinkman are suffering from, sleep deprivation. Does Hank just not like being babied? I love the opening transitions of all these scenes. They're fantastic. Badger Duck's down. Skinny Pete comes up. I was like, that was amazing. Pinkman, they were on like step 8, man. Now they're back at step 1. Gale's lab book. We haven't opened that yet. That can of worms. That can of Sumatran beans. They should open up a coffee shop, man. Gale. Jesus, look at Walter's eye. A camera.
Okay, can we talk about this later?
No. Okay, we can't. Why are you doing... Oh, Jesus. What happened?
Nothing. I just bumped it, that's all.
Okay, I'm coming in.
You tell me his name right now. I will give him a stern talking to.
I need you to look me in the eye and tell me right now, are you in danger?
You know what? Let's just say that I have a hell of a lot more on my mind right now than thinking about buying a damn car wash, okay?
Can we go to the police?
Are you insane?
You tell me everything that You're a drug dealer, afraid for your safety and
Whoa,
the safety of
whoa,
your family,
whoa,
and you
whoa.
need
What
you
are
need help.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, what choice is there, Walt?
What
I mean,
choice?
if you're in danger,
Wait,
then it would be
stop
absolute.
Wait,
Then we have
stop,
to.
Stop. You keep saying that word, danger. Danger.
Yeah, but you
no,
just
and I have
said
never used that word. I said things were complicated, and then you flew off the handle.
Yeah, I flew off the handle when I saw that. Okay? Where'd that come from? You were in a bar fight.
Yes, Skylar, I was in a bar fight.
So you're okay. Really?
Yes. Okay.
So, what do you think?
Oh, very nice. Very open.
Oh, I agree. It flows. Whole lot of natural light. Michael Kilborn.
Tori Costner.
It's nice to meet you.
You said the casita has plumbing? I work a lot with clay, so I need access to running water.
Well, it's pipe fitted for a quarter bath, so make a perfect studio.
This could work.
You want to do something?
Do something? Like what?
Go-karts.
Laser tag?
Go-karts.
Yeah, there's a track down by the Coliseum. It's pretty fun.
When was the last time you had fun, Walter?
No. Actually, I have kind of a meeting.
Whatever.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah? You okay? Is there anything we should talk about?
How's your eye?
It's
Anything we should talk about?
2 words, nail salon.
Hey, he's still in the country.
It's perfect for money laundering. It's a high-volume, cash-preferred business with a discreet workforce. I mean, nobody does misdemeanor nothing better than Mrs. Mukjayapur and her gals.
Mr. Goodman,
So,
we're not buying a nail salon, Mr. Goodman. We're getting the car wash.
I'm sorry. Am I missing something here? I mean, didn't you already try that? Yeah. I mean, Walt told me that you took a run at this Bogdan character and he wrestled you into submission with his eyebrows. 10 million, that was the asking price, right?
Apparently, he upped it to 20.
Wow, nice negotiating. Yeah, I mean, hey, you bombed, it happens.
I don't accept that he won't sell. I think he just lacks the proper
Incentive?
motivation.
Motivation. As in motivation? I mean, just so we're on the same page here, you're saying we make him an offer he can't refuse?
Nothing so dramatic as that, no. Motivation. Attitude adjustment.
Oh, this one, she's a keeper. Well, an audit can be highly motivating. I know a gal over at Tax and Revenue, you give her 10 minutes and this Bogdan fella's books, she'll have his sky raining frogs.
No, we don't want to draw any unwanted tax attention. We don't want them looking at us after Bogdan sells.
All right. How about an ICE raid? You know he's got illegals working over there. I mean, he just
Jesus.
We are not getting a bunch of poor, innocent people in trouble, no.
Yeah, and also you're gonna need him after you take over. Look, there's always, you got a real nice place here. Shame if something happened to him. That ain't.
What are you talking about? Violence?
Attitude adjustment.
Oh, no, that is not at all what I meant. We do not do that.
No, that's totally what you meant.
I mean, there's got to be dozens of car washes in this area. Who says it has to be this one?
I do. I say it has to.
Why?
I just do.
Okay.
Well, that clears things up.
I don't like him. Bogdan. He was condescending to me, rude about you, and I do not like him.
She wants to get the last word.
Simple as that.
In this business, and Walt can back me up on this, the number one rule is don't take things personally.
What do you mean, rude about me?
You weren't man enough to face him yourself.
What?
That you had to send your woman to do your business for you.
Okay, speaking as your lawyer, I'm gonna go on record and say this is a bad idea. Now, I advise against...
It's this one.
He hurt his pride.
Okay, so all we have to do is think of a non-violent, unsuspicious way to purchase the car wash that protects the innocent and doesn't cost $20 million. Don't everybody speak at once.
Marie, what are you doing?
Hi. Can I answer any questions?
Oh, spoons.
Yes, the owner is quite the collector. Aren't they something? One for each of the 50 states.
Puerto Rico is technically a territory.
Huh. I'm Stephanie Doswell, by the way.
Charlotte Blattner.
So nice to meet you, Charlotte.
You too.
So I just told him point blank. You're my husband, and I love you. But you're 53 years old. This job has just gotten too stressful and difficult, and it's time to quit. And miracle of miracles, he listened.
Still, what a fascinating career that must have been for him.
It was. I mean, NASA was like a second family to me.
Marie, delusions of grandeur?
You should talk to my husband.
Garbage disposal?
Are you still here? Or did she steal stuff? Oh my god! The kleptomania is back again! I thought they dropped that. And
I've
Marie.
lived in London for years, so yeah, this feels familiar.
Where in London?
Does she ever work? She's got a lot of time on her hands.
Right downtown. But we were almost never there. My husband is an illustrator, so we traveled a lot. Paris, Italy, Denmark. It was before the kids were in school, so it was easy to pick up and go. That was before my youngest, Lucy, was diagnosed with endocarditis.
Your daughter, is she okay?
Yes, thank you. The doctors put in a prosthetic valve, so Lucy's fine.
You got caught.
Me? Nan? Very nice, thank you. I just called the police. Okay then. I know you stole that spoon.
What spoon? What are you talking about?
You're a thief.
Excuse me?
And a liar, making stories up about yourself. What's wrong with you?
No, what's the matter with you, lady? You better just back off, okay? My husband is a DEA agent.
Oh, I thought he was an astronaut or an illustrator. You better get your crazy lies straight.
You know what, Fatty? You are so lucky that I am late for an appointment.
Anywhere.
Let go of my purse.
Let go! Oh my God, you let go of it! Let it go! Let it go! Let it go!
I think she stopped her sessions with Dave.
You're where? Why the Why are you... Are you seriously doing this to me again? Jesus, just... Would you stop crying? make a phone call. Just sit tight.
Marie, you want to go home? Marie?
Eureka? See, they're gonna be best friends.
Yes, it's Skylar White calling for Saul Goodman, please.
This is a mistake. Where is Gary? He will tell you my soap is very good, very green.
No, your soap is not the issue. It's your filtration system. At the very least, you'll need to retrofit. But if you're leaching into the groundwater, which
I bet your name is
a
Danny.
real possibility here, you're gonna need to replace your system entirely.
Replace? Do you know what cost that is? $200,000. What laws did I break?
What laws? Several.
Tell me exact specific laws or I refuse.
Specific?
Right now.
Just
tell me exact.
Part 13 states, whenever the disposal of solid waste or hazardous waste presents
an imminent or substantial endangerment, the offender may be fined not more than $5,000 each day in which the violation occurs.
All right, okay. Now, okay, baby.
U.S. Code Title 15, Chapter 53,
Subchapter 1,
Section 2606.
Satisfied? Was that
Specific enough for you?
It's like Ratatouille.
Hey, Marie, how you doing?
I'm okay. Is there a problem?
No. Everything's fine. I'm here for Hank, actually.
Oh, you're so sweet. Hank will be thrilled.
Just gotta give him like a psychological examination, maybe.
So, what's up?
Well, actually, I could use your help on something. Homicide, possibly drug-related.
You want my help on the case? What am I, Ironside?
No, but you're a drug cop who knows a local talent. And you're a pal and so let me pick your brain a second. You ever come across a guy by the name of Gale Badeker?
No.
Someone came along and shot him in the face.
Okay.
We got his
No
notebook.
signs of forced entry, no signs of robbery.
Okay, so it's a crime of passion. Where's the drug angle?
We found a notebook at his place. I made a copy for you in case you're interested. Looks like it pertains to some kind of methamphetamine super lab. It's filled with scientific formulas and chemical purchase lists, drawings, pages and pages of this stuff. It looks big time, but I'm no authority, so I wonder if you might take a look.
Come on, Tim, seriously.
If you could just take a look, tell me what I got here. I'd really appreciate it.
I mean, you were you when you were working. Maybe that's why he's giving you the job. So you're not so harsh on Marie.
White residence? Oh, hello, Mr. Wollenitz. Am I still interested? Well, I think that depends. Yes, $879 was the original offer, but that seems high to me now. Now I'm offering $800.
No, don't do that.
Why? Don't do that. Well, because you're an unpleasant person, Mr. Wollenitz. You were rude to me and disrespectful towards my
That's
husband.
your price.
And furthermore, I've met with quite a number of sellers, and the market seems much softer than I thought, so $800. Uh-huh. Well, I understand that you're disappointed, but that is my final offer. I'm sorry we couldn't make it work. Goodbye.
Well, he's not calling you back. I mean, you didn't honestly think that worked.
Yeah, I do.
No way. Sorry. No. So, look.
Because it's not your plan.
Okay, I'm gonna call Saul. Where's my phone?
Where's my second cell phone?
What for?
She knows what she's doing, man.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Walnut.
Hey. Hey. Money!
He doesn't want this chaos to stop. Ah, it's Victor 2.
Whoa! Two clean cars and clean money. I told you we'd get it.
Did you?
Seriously. It was really great work. It's impressive.
You're praising someone other than yourself?
Truly amazing.
Yes, well, it better be. $320 a bottle.
What?
No, cash. I paid cash.
No, I'm asking, how did you, Walter White, an unemployed school teacher, pay for it? How do you explain it?
Skylar, no one saw me.
Whoever sold it to you did. And that's not the point. The point is, we're broke, remember? I mean, I'm waiting for your unemployment check to come so I can pay the phone bill. I asked for an extension from the power company. Why? Because on paper, we have no money.
You are completely overreacting. I'm not apologizing for wanting to celebrate in some small way.
I'm not asking you to apologize, Walt. I'm asking you to be smart.
I bought one bottle of champagne. One single bottle, Skylar. I paid cash. That's it.
That's all it takes. Okay? I mean, look at Watergate. One little piece of duct tape left on a door brought down the President of the United States.
What? I'm Nixon now?
No, what I'm saying is the devil is in the details, okay? One little mistake, one slip-up in our story, that could ruin us. Gotta destroy the evidence.
It was never explained why she steals stuff. It could be delusions of grandeur. You know, just upset about where she is in life. She must not be seeing Dave anymore. Well, I'm glad that came back. When was the last time she stole something? Season 1? Still? And that's just a thing of hers? She just, you know, pretends to be another person. Miss Grabby-hands strikes again. Or Mrs., she's married. You know, Hank was himself when he was working. Maybe that's why that guy brought that case to Hank. Because he knew that, you know, Marie, she's not happy living at home. Skylar, MVP of these episodes. So they have the car wash now. Now the laundering can begin. I mean, it's good. She's got a third perspective on everything. You know, she's impressing Saul. She's impressed Walter. You know, he finally praises somebody other than himself. So, she's a little too good at all this, but I mean, she's a bookkeeper. I mean, whenever it's Walter, you know, handling these things, his plan always blows up at some point. We'll see how Skylar handles a slip-up, because I think there's going to be a slip-up soon. These two are made for each other, Walter and Skylar. These guys have like an intense grudge against other people. You do them wrong, like they will go out of their way to, you know, have the last laugh. They're being watched by Victor too, and Walter's being watched by Gustavo, that camera. Like Walter, like he has to remember that like he's in control right now, but like what Gustavo's doing with this camera is, and the messages that he's sending right now, that's throwing him off. That's throwing Walter off. There could be nobody watching the cameras right now in Walter. It could just all be like in his head. I mean, there probably is somebody watching the cameras, but like that's another scare tactic. Like you guys know what a panopticon is? It's like a prison system. It's like a circular prison, and there's like a tower in the middle, like a watchtower in the middle, and you got all the prisoners. You know, they're in the courtyard or whatever, and you know, they look up at this tower and they think somebody's watching them, so they behave. It's a trick. There could be nobody in the tower, so it's just another like psychological like scare tactic to keep Walter in line. That eye's gonna show up again. The bear eye, it's still there. It's like a good luck charm. Jesse, come on, man. You're gonna get caught by the IRS. Skylar's saying it right now. Like, Penguin's not... He is unemployed, and he's buying all this, like, fancy stuff. He doesn't want the party to stop. It doesn't look like he's getting any sleep. You know, you saw him on the go-karts. He needs that, like, adrenaline rush all the time. He doesn't want to rest. Pinkman, he looked like he was, like, he wanted to jump at the chance at, you know, taking on Gustavo when he was killing Victor. So, like, he looked as though he was handling it. But, yeah, he's still shocked about, you know, what happened to Gale. Probably can't get Gale's puppy dog eyes out of his head. Like, he doesn't want to see that again. So that's why he's, you know, doing everything and anything to keep himself up. It's interesting how, you know, everybody's coping with all, like, the different situations right now. Skylar holds grudges. Walter, he's shocked. Everybody who saw Victor get sliced, his neck sliced by Gustavo, like, they're all in shock right now. You know, like, they could be next. Gustavo is just a monster. He's controlling through fear and silence. Letting your imagination run wild is, you know, his tactic. You know, let them slip up and let my security, you know, handle everything. I think Mike will, like, you know, jump ship. Maybe he'll lock them in a room together, Walter and Gustavo. Walter bought a gun for protection. He's going to use it at some point. Maybe Hank with Gale's notebook. Like, he'll contact Walter and, you know, ask him. Maybe Walter will use, like, maybe he'll take advantage of, you know, Hank investigating into Gustavo and maybe just, like, you know, leave a trail of breadcrumbs for Hank to follow. But, like, to Gustavo, but not to Walter. So, you know, we'll see if Hank actually contacts Walter for help. Like the guy said, like, it's full of, like, formulas, right? But yeah, Hank hoarding all those minerals. Where does he put the minerals? Where are you supposed to put these? In a display case? You know, I gotta look up this whole mineral, like, collecting thing. Like, aren't they already cataloged? You buy the boxes, everything's already, like, together. Or do you have to, like, sift through everything and, like, pick out the minerals? I'm thinking way too much into this whole mineral thing. What does it mean? I was once a rock, but now I'm crumbling. Saul, I'm glad he didn't, like, skip out and just, you know, flee the country. So, you know, I think they're on good terms, Mike and Saul. Like, when the commercial was playing, you know, Mike, you know, he raised his glass. So he respects Saul. He's not gonna, like, bug his firm or anything like that. I think Saul is the only one that actually gets a lot of sleep in this show. Like he always wakes up on the right side of the bed. And he never does anything where he can't live with himself afterwards. He always thinks of like the consequences, so good on him. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. We're finally underway in season 4. Holy crap, and it started off with like a very silent bang. Gale. Dude, you knew we were besties all along, right? He's gonna be everyone's downfall. Will we ever see Walter Jr. pass his test? His driving test? I'm like, this guy's barely in here. I don't know, we'll see. Just be careful, man. That's all I gotta say. What happened to Lewis? Remember to stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.